So right after you get your first idea, one of the most important pieces when you want to start doing video gaming, or really any idea to be honest with you, even if it's just a paper game, is you have to start with a mock-up roughly around 20% of your production time. So very early on, just do a mock-up, play with your mechanics, test out how things are working. And like we're putting here, mock-up does not need to be fancy. It's just a way of conveying your ideas and seeing what works. Um, and as the mock-up will change, your GDD will change.
Yeah, just to elaborate on the mock-up, guys, it's, I know people always mention the mock-up and you're kind of there like, okay, but how do I go about this? And we do have some examples to show you. But pretty much a mock-up, all it is just basic shapes, circles, squares, triangles, things that represent the idea that you're trying to do. And just start on paper. Just draw it out. Trust me, this thing can look like a 2-year-old drew it, but as long as you understand what's happening, it's going to help you visualize better how your game mechanics are going to work. And once you have the game mechanics set up in your mock-up, it's a lot easier to then design for those mechanics. And that's really the most important, is how is your game going to play? How does your idea play? Like if you're going to have a character with wings and he's flying, he's trying to reach a goal, how is he going to get to that goal? What is the gameplay for the user? Does the user get to control him? Is it automatic? Can he go up and down? Can he turn? Is it going to be a platformer? Things like that. And those are the things that the mock-up helps you realize and helps you flesh out and organize. So that, and once you have that, getting into the GDD, which stands for Game Design Document, becomes a lot easier. And I'll let Juan go into the GDD.
Before we go into the GDD, I wanted to show you a couple of pictures of what a concept mock-up really is. Like Jim was saying, we started on paper. It's just a simple design with the basic elements, and it kind of evolves. Then we move it to digital. We get a final mock-up, and eventually the end game.
Which is the release game that you'll see in the demo.
You see in the demo.
But as you can see from the paper design, it was just sketched it out, kind of like how I imagined it in my head. And then to the programmer, they just get like these little simple primitives, which was the following picture, of just like, blue circle and simple shapes so that they can put it in the engine and figure out how the gameplay works. And once that's working, we did like a sample design with some stand-in characters and things like that, and then that's how we end up, after that, you end up having the final product all come together really, really quickly, actually. So this is all the stuff that takes the most time. Once you have all this stuff, the actual creation of the game actually goes quite quickly.
Yeah, just to add something onto that, because it is important to know, as you saw in the picture on the mock-up, it's very, very simple, and say you had an idea for a game and you come up with a mock-up, and it can be very, very simple. But not every single mock-up is going to be that simple. How difficult or how hard it is to put your mock-up on paper depends on the scope and how big you want the game to be. These are fairly simple vector games, so the mock-ups are not that complex. But you can easily have a game idea that might require a mock-up of 2, 3, 5, several pages of images, because it might have several stages, it might have different sequences, a night and day, and the environment chasing and things like that. But your mock-up complexity depends on the complexity of the game and the idea that you have. So that's one thing to throw out there.